movie is about this same-sex couple living in Hong Kong, Angie and Pat. They have been together for 40 years and very open to their family members. And when Pat suddenly passes away, Angie finds herself to have a lot of issues with Pat's family members. In 2020, I went to a talk talking about the Hong Kong LGBTQ community's inheritance rights. And during that talk, the speaker mentioned a few cases which is very similar to the storyline of All Shall Be Well. So I find that's quite interesting because if I make a movie about that, I can show that in Hong Kong there's a very serious lack of rights protection for the LGBTQ community, but also to examine what is the meaning of family in the modern context. What is more important and closer? Is it really the next of kin or someone who have been with you for many years but not protected by the law? The casting of Angie in All Shall Be Well, Petra Au, who I actually worked with before in my last movie, Twilight's Kids, called Suk Suk in the East. That was Petra's first movie. She is a veteran theatre actress, but never really acted on screen before. So it was the first time we worked together. And I thought she was amazing on screen. So when I was writing the script, I kind of like have her in mind to play it. And when I approached her after I finished with the script and she read it and she said yes. So that was nice. And with Pat, I was looking for an actress of a certain age in Hong Kong who could have that quality. But in Hong Kong, it's very difficult to find actresses of that age group because a lot of them have retired. And those who stay around in the industry have played mothers or grandmothers for many years. So I have to look back and watch an old TV series and see whether I could find someone of that quality. And I found Maggie Lee in the old TV series, and so I approached her, but she has retired for many years. And but luckily she watched my last movie before, Twilight's Kids, and then she really liked it. So she said, okay, give me the script, and then she read it, and then she said yes. So we were very excited because she has basically retired for 34 years. So it's the first movie she has done in 30-something years. Quite amazing. I think we decided not to use music actually during the editing. I think we actually have music composed for the movie, but as we were editing, we felt in some of the scenes, if you put music in there, you are really dictating the audience how they should feel. And then we feel that that is not really respecting the audience choices as well, because in some of the moments, it's actually better if the audience could absorb it themselves and bring their own experiences and their point of view and feel authentically how they should feel in that scene. But if you put music in there, then I'm telling the audience how they should feel. So we decided not to use music and just give the audience a chance to listen, breathe, and absorb, and then reflect and feel it themselves. Our editor is William Chan, who worked with Wong Kar-wai in most of his movies. So we were very lucky to have him. we first worked together on Twilight's Kiss, Suk Suk, my last movie. And so we had a very good working experience. And then this time when I approached him with the script, he said yes right away. So that was very nice. The way that we decided to do the movie is to edit some scenes out, have some ellipses, so that we don't really spoon feed the audience all the information, because we believe that, you know, there are some gaps in between for the audience to bring in their own information. I mean, like, for example, some of the scenes, like a death scene, something like that, you have seen it 1,000 times, but it's never really authentic. So might as well not to show the audience that and leave it to the audience to think about it or bring their own experiences or something that they can imagine, their own imagination as well, which is really much more powerful. We feel that for movies, if you give them enough information, the audience is able to bridge those ideas themselves, and therefore the movie will belong to the audience personally, rather than like sitting there being told a story. So that is kind of approach we have. I mean, we provide enough information for the audience to get the emotion, connections with the story, but somehow leave it enough for the audience to bring in their own history and their own storytelling to themselves. When I was making this movie, I had to do a lot of interviews, particularly of older lesbian couples. So I interview them, and then I will ask them, have you made a will? A lot of them said that, no, I haven't made a will. So I said, why not? So they said, well, the reason is, if I'm not around, I believe that my sister or my brother would know what I wanted to do. So I thought, that's very interesting, because here you have a partner who have been with you for so many years, and you think that one day if you're not around, her welfare is going to be completely depending on what you think your brother or your sister might be thinking. I said, don't you think that's too optimistic? And then they said, no, I guess it's fine, all shall be well. So I thought, okay, all right, that's too optimistic. So I'm going to use this title ironically, so that people will know that, you know, you shouldn't think too highly of your relatives.
Angie 啊，你啲咖喱蟹咧真係好好味啊！
多謝，梗係呢個啊係個秘密武器嚟㗎。
我成日同佢講啊，我話 Angie 姨咧煮餸係最好食㗎啦，尤其是呢個咖喱蟹啊，我細細個咧已經好中意食。係充滿回憶嘅味道啊！
我屋企樓下咧最近開咗間印度餐廳，哇！啲咖喱味日日咁供上嚟，搞唔掂。我走去閂窗又焗到死喎，開冷氣啊，心又話電費貴唔俾我開喎，咁點啊？啲味咁大陣，啲細路邊有心機做功課㗎？
中秋節快樂！中秋節快樂！
I always wanted to tell stories, particularly when I was younger, living in the West. There was a very serious lack of representation of Asian characters and of gay characters, really, and even seriously lack of gay LGBT characters. So I therefore feel that it's a need to make movies that represent us. Not just about coming out, but also a lot of other issues that we have to face. I mean, you know, certainly discrimination is some of it, and also about just some internal struggles as well. And also, like as in All Shall Be Well, you can see, you know, it could be the legal system as well itself could also have a lot of reasons. So I mean, it's not just, you know, being LGBT is not just about coming out, but even after coming out, you still have a lot of issues you have to face. I have a lot of directors I really admire. I mean, Ozu, of course, is one of my favorite directors. And another director that I actually made me felt that I could be making film is Only, because before that I didn't think that anybody would be interested in what I have to say. But after I watched The Wedding Banquet, and I thought, well, if the audience watch this and they can be engaged, maybe they are interested in what I have to say as well. So that's another of my favorite directors.
跟住唔好意思啊，我啱先翻到屋企，我公司無啦啦改我間表。
哦，唔緊要，慢慢咧有時間嘅。
咁我換埋衫先啊。
天啊 ，Tommy， 你睇下 Angie 婆婆買咗咩俾你哋？哇！心話你搞乜嘢啊？咁嘈嘅？
我喺度遮翻個窿，尋晚有好大隻老鼠走咗入嚟，嚇到啲細路成晚都唔敢瞓。
咁你有冇去投訴啊？
講咗㗎啦，法團唔理啊。我又叫佢落去同印度佬傾㗎，佢驚啊嘛。
我有講㗎，講過好多次㗎啦。
In Hong Kong, the property prices are very high. So if for someone, say a university graduate in your late 20s, if you want to start your own family, it's almost a pipe dream. It's very difficult. You really needed someone like your parents with some money to help you. So for a lot of younger people, the situation is quite hopeless. So therefore, in All Shall Be Well, I really want to show that part of the story as well. It's about the living condition and why Angie's apartment becomes so important to his family members as well, and therefore they have a reason to try to get it. I mean, part of the reason I want to do that is that so that the audience can also empathize with these family members. There's no clear villains or hero in the movie. However, I think that I want the audience to also question themselves if they empathize with these family members, is that if they are also in that situation, what would they do? Would they give this property to this woman who they knew that is their aunt, long-term partner? Or if the law is not on their side, would they actually take over this property for themselves? So there's a moral dilemma for the audience to decide. In Hong Kong at the moment, there's no same-sex marriage. And also, if you're married overseas, at this particular moment, it's not recognized. So there are individuals in Hong Kong who have taken the government to court. And at the moment, it's still unclear what the verdict is going to be like. We should know soon. I hope by the time that you watch this movie or get this DVD, things have changed for the better. But it's still a big question. And even though the law has passed, the government still need a long time to implement all the changes. So. But hopefully it's positive, yeah. I really like a Hong Kong movie. It's Wong Kar-wai's Happy Together, of course. I mean, it's a wonderful movie in so many ways, and it's beautifully shot, and it's about a relationship of two people loving each other but cannot live together. So I think that is something that can be resonate with a lot of people as well. I think in Asia, making LGBTQ movie is never that easy because there's always issues about trying to find funding, particularly my kind of story, because I don't do this kind of called boys' love story where you have two cute boys falling in love, because I also deal with issues and also older generations, like my last movie is about two grandfathers falling in love, and this time it's about same-sex couple and the loss of their inheritance rights. So you're dealing with a lot of issues and an older generation as well. So that's why finding funding is always difficult. And I think for LGBTQ movie, that audience kind of all people who invest always feel that it really should be about stories of age group between 18 to 40. Anything beyond that, no one would want to watch it, which is very strange because most of us grow old. Most of us have remained the same desires, the same kind of dreams that we have. So stories, movies should reflect that as well.